Jason Itagaki. Once a reserved course student. Once was known as the ultimate slasher. Once was known for being a monster. But is that really all that he is? Is he really just a monster? Or is he just much more? Does he want to change? Does he not? Does he have anyone he could call as family? This is the life of Jason Itagaki. Early life. Alright, okay. Do you guys like that cool intro sequence I made? No? Okay. Anyways, hey guys, this is your boy the Gamer351 Kirby here with another video. And today, I'm keeping my promise. I'm making a video series of the life of Jason Itagaki, starting with his early blooper, his early life. So basically, with this video, we're going to be going over what Jason was like when, really early. Like, what he was like when he was a kid, when he was, born, who his parents are, all of that jazz. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. It was dark. It was all just dark. Until light emerged. That light kept getting brighter and brighter. Soon, it was clear that that light was from hospital lights. A new child was born. That child being Jason. Jason was all confused, like all babies are, let's be honest. And then they looked around, all confused. Then they looked up, and they saw her. A frail, skinny, but beautiful woman. One with black hair with blue hues. Jason's mother, Marin Itagaki. She was all teary-eyed, but not in sadness, but with joy. She was so happy to see her son. Her world, her everything. She looked down at him, holding him tightly, and said these words, "Welcome to the world, Jason. My son. My world." Days will then pass. Marin Itagaki was taking care of Jason all alone. But why all alone? Where's Jason's father? Well, during the birth process, Jason's father wasn't present. Why? He was on deployment. He was fighting in a war. Yes, that's right. Jason Itagaki's dad is a soldier. He was fighting in that war. Look, I'm not gonna explain what war it is because, if I recall, in Danganronpa, the early days of Danganronpa, I do not know if there's, a war that happened, but, just roll with it, okay, anyways, Jason's dad was at war, which is why he wasn't there. He was not present. So, Marin was taking care of Jason all alone. She runs a flower shop, which is like a flower shop, so yeah. She worked and ran a flower shop. She was making, not a good amount, but not a bad amount either. She was making a decent amount of money to help provide for her and for her newborn son, Jason. During those days, Marin can only think of when her husband will come back. Her husband being Aaron Itagaki, the original Ultimate Soldier. Jason's dad is known as the Ultimate Soldier, the original Ultimate Soldier way before Mukuro. So yeah, Eren Itagaki was the original Ultimate Soldier, and is also Jason's dad. Anyways, as days gone by, all Maren can think was when her husband will come back. When her husband can finally meet his son. Soon, a knock was at the door. She thought that it was Eren, so she immediately rushed towards the door. But when she opened it, it was not Eren who was at the door. No, it was a different soldier. She was confused at first. So she asked the soldier what's going on, why are they there, and where Eren is. The soldier looked down. He didn't know how to explain it to her, but based on his expression, Maren already figured it out. She started to cry. She couldn't hold back anymore. Soon, the soldier finally spoke. "Ma'am, I'm sorry. Your husband has died." Those words broke her. She fell to her knees as she started to cry. She started to cry so loudly to the point Jason heard it and started crying too. I mean, it's a baby, so, like, yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, anyway. She started to cry, and Jason started to cry when he heard her start crying. Soon, she rushed back towards Jason, picked him up, and started rocking him. She tried her best to make him stop crying, but she was unsuccessful because of her own tears. She was sad, broken. She didn't know what to do anymore. She didn't know what to do without Eren. Days have turned into weeks, then into months, and eventually, the first year has passed. Maren was trying to cope with herself, trying to make her believe that there's still hope in the world, that she can give Jason a good life without Eren, without the dad. Once Jason became a toddler, he was asking his mother, where is his dad, and how come he never met him? Maren did not know how to tell him. All she could do was lie. She told Jason that Eren is in a special place, that he's in a place better than here. Jason was confused. Jason asked where that place is, and if we can go, and if they can go there. Maren froze. She didn't know what to say anymore. Then she started to cry. Jason noticed her tears and was like really confused. He was like, "Mom, why are you crying?" And soon, Maren had to tell him the truth. "Jason, your father, he's not coming back." Jason didn't know what she meant by that. "What do you mean he's not coming back? Where is he?" Finally, Maren cleared her throat and told him straight up, "Jason, your dad's dead. He's not coming back. Not ever. He's gone. He's never coming back." Jason was silent. He was processing this new information about his dad. He didn't want to believe it, but it was the truth. He had to accept it. Soon, he started to cry with his mom. They both cried for a long time, from minutes to hours. When they finally calmed down, Maren made a promise to Jason that he'll live a good life. A good, normal, but happy life. And she'll make sure that dream would happen. She prayed every day and every night, hoping that God will answer her prayer and help her son. As years gone by, Jason started to accept the fact that his dad is gone, that he's never gonna be with him, that he's dead. As Jason grows up, he would watch as the world goes on, but one thing that bothered him the most was kids having fun with their dads. Something that he'll never get to experience. He can see everybody with their dad having fun and having a good time, such as a lot of activities that a father and son will do. All Jason could do is dream, picture what it would be like to be with his dad and to have fun with him. He was imagining all the activities they would have done, such as fishing, hiking, throwing a ball around, sports, everything. Anything that brings him joy. All he could do is dream and watch as everybody and their dad gets along and has fun, while he just sits there with no dad, no one to even play with or even be with. He was just alone with no dad, nothing at all. He was envious of people who have dads and had a good relationship with them. The only thing that he had of his dad was just a small picture of him when he was in the military. He would write to his mother from time to time when he's on deployment. He managed to find those letters and he started to read them. He read each and every one. He knew that his dad was a good person and that he cared and that he wanted the best for everybody. But then it came to another letter, one that broke him. The letter reads, "My dearest wife and my newborn son. If you're reading this, things didn't go to plan. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there to witness our son's birth. But I'm sure that you guys can get through this, that you all would get by from my passing. I'm sorry, Marin. I wish I could have been there for you. I wish I could have been there." This is where my story ends. So long, Marin. And to you, my son. I might not have known you. I never met you. But I know that you will grow up to be a fine young man. Make friends. Do whatever you think is right. Always defend the weak. Remember, be strong. Always be strong. Okay. First off, that came from the last guest, but I wanted to interpret it in here because I think it's such a good letter and speech that it'll be a crime if I didn't do that. So, okay. Anyways, so yeah. Be strong. Always be strong. Then he kept on reading, saying things such as everything that he wished that he could have done with his son, such as fishing, playing sports, mostly fishing, and that he wished that there's a way that he can reverse time and come back to his son. But he knows that's never gonna happen, and that he wished that he didn't have to send this letter. But just know that I'll be watching, making sure that you choose the right path. Remember, son, I might not be here physically, but spiritually, I'm always there. Every prayer you make, I'll answer. So long, my dear son. When Jason finished reading it, he started to cry. He cried all night. He didn't know what to think, what to say. He didn't know what to do. The only thing that he could do was honor his dad's wishes. Honor his dad's wishes. Blooper. And be strong. To always be strong. As years gone by, he finally started school. He was shy, almost distant to everybody. Some of the kids didn't even bother to talk to him or even play with him. He was all by himself. He was just that one kid that refuses to talk to people and just, well, engages to anything. And as days gone by, he feels more lonely. The only person he can even talk to was his mom, but he wanted actual friends. Like, all of that. Like, but how can he even do that if he doesn't have the courage to even talk to them? To talk to new people. As middle school started, he was still isolating himself from everyone. Too shy to talk to anybody. Even when someone did try to talk to him, he would just not answer. He was all alone. Until one day, someone came into his life. Someone who managed to change his point of view. Hey, how are you? When he heard that, he turned his head. He sees an upbeat looking girl wearing what it looked like rock and roll like attire, music stuff. Her hair is interesting, but that smile, that's what really caught his attention. Hi, who are you? That's what Jason said to the girl. Then she spoke. Ibuki is Ibuki. Nice to meet you. Who are you? Jason didn't know what to say. Like, he's so used to being alone and isolated from everybody to the point where he didn't know what to say. Jason. My name is Jason. That's what he said. Jason. That's an awesome name. Jason just looked down. He didn't know what to say, but he didn't mind the compliment. Like, soon, Ibuki started to ramble around, like talking to him, even though he didn't want to talk. When she noticed that he wasn't talking much, she asked, "How come you're not talking to anybody?" Jason just looked down and finally he said, "I prefer to be alone. I just isolate myself." Ibuki was like, "How come? You can't make friends if you just isolate yourself." Jason then looked her in the eyes and was like, "I have issues. I don't really want to bother people with my issues." Ibuki then gave him an encouraging smile. It was like, "It's okay. You can talk about your issues with me. I don't mind." Jason was like really confused. Like, he never met anyone who's willing to talk to him and even listen to what he's going through. And soon enough, they started talking more. And soon, as the next class comes, when the bell rings, when Jason started to pack his stuff, when he started to pack his stuff, Ibuki was like, "Want to hang out later?" Jason then stood frozen. No one ever asked him out. So he decided to, he didn't know what to think. Like, should he accept or should he just isolate himself again? But yet again, this is his first time to make a friend. He remembered his dad's letter by heart to the point where he kind of has to do it to, honor his dad's wishes. So he turned to face Ibuki and was like, "Sure, I don't mind." Of course, he kind of did mind, but he couldn't get... This is the only chance he could ever make a friend, so he had to take it. Ibuki was happy. overjoyed even. Like, she was, like, dancing around him, like, yes, yes, we're friends then. It was like, and then Jason was like, friends. Never had one. And Ibuki then stopped. I was really confused. What? You don't have any friends? Well, in that case, I guess I'm your first one, huh? Jason then laughed, genuinely, with a genuine smile. He was like, man, you're really something, huh? And Ibuki was like, that's what everyone else tells me. And then, soon enough, it kicked off. Jason actually started to open up. Every time he meets up with Ibuki, they always had time to talk. Always had something to talk about. He was no longer, like, quiet, isolated from everybody. He's not that shy anymore. Thanks to Ibuki, he basically became the person that his dad wanted. Someone who is making friends and all that stuff. And as years gone by, they were inseparable. They always had each other's backs. Everything. Ibuki even taught him stuff about music. Even though he wasn't really into the idea, but Jason was really, really good at singing, surprisingly. He was, like, really good to the point where Ibuki was like, dude, you should be a musician like me. When Jason heard that, he was, like, happy to hear such praise, but he doesn't know if he wants to take that route. Because, one, he, like, every time he finishes school, he always helps out with his mom at the flower shop. So, he doesn't know about that idea. But he considered it. Like, he considered it, and basically, he thinks about that all day. Like, he was fixated on that, like offer. Like, him being a singer, like a musician, like Ibuki. Like, they could, like, start a band. But, yet again, he had to help out with his mom. And, yeah. He ended up turning it down, but he'll think about it, though. He couldn't really do it because he had to help out his mom and all that stuff. And soon, when the school day ended, he had started to head back home. As he walked, he smelled fire, like smoke. Like, he knows that the smell was coming from, like, where he's going right now. He thought something was wrong and started rushing. And soon, it was clear. The apartment that him and his mom was living in is on fire. It was in flames. He was like, what happened? And he realized his mom is still in there. She didn't leave to go to the flower shop. So he had to act. He then, like, charged into the apartment and went inside and was searching everywhere. Mom, where are you? She was screaming her name, everything. He was like, where are you? Tell me. And then soon, he heard her. Jason, I'm in here. They were in the kitchen. He ran in. He looked around. He saw his mom stuck underneath rubble. Jason was like, don't worry, I got you. Jason then started working at the rubble and was pulling everything out, trying to make sure that his mom won't die on him. But soon, he heard a creak. And then the floor under them had collapsed. And then Marin fell. Marin fell down. And as Jason reached down, he couldn't catch her in time. She fell down the apartment and splat. Jason watched that horror, realized what happened. Marin had been impaled by a piece of wood that was sticking out when she fell. All Jason can do was stare. And soon, when he was processing all this, he screamed to the top of his lungs, Mom, no! Okay. No! Mom, no! Like, that's what he was like. He was screaming. Like, soon tears started to fall down. All of that. He was crying. Everything. He couldn't process this. He couldn't accept his mom is gone. But it's the truth. His mom is dead. But before she died, he can barely make out, like, words. He heard his mom say something to him. It was very audible, but he can hear it just fine. My son, I love you. Live a good life with or without me. Soon, as the fire department came in and put out the fire, firefighter apologized to Jason for not coming in time to save her. Jason didn't know what to do. He's basically homeless. He doesn't have a home to go to and really nothing really to do. I mean, he still has the flower shop, but it was under his mom's name. And he doesn't know if he has the right to even take it. Like, what should he do? And soon, a police officer came up to him, going, before she died, she had this. They found this in her room. It was a piece of paper. A congratulations. It said, "Thank you for your payment. As such, your son, Jason Itagaki, will come and study here in Hope's Peak Academy as a resort course student. And don't worry, he can stay in one of the dorms. So, I hope that your son will have a good and happy life here in Hope's Peak." When Jason saw this, he was confused. Hope's Peak Academy? That's where all the ultimates go. And as a reserve course student? What do they mean by that? The police officer said that it turns out that his mother has sold a lot of items that she owned. Ate so much of her own belongings to make enough money to send him to Hope's Peak Academy. Jason was confused. Like, he was like, what? She did this for me? Yeah, and it turns out that she did. That she did do it for him. And also, the police officer had told Jason that he should probably go to the hospital or something. Jason was confused. It was like, and he asked the officer, why? I'm fine. And turns out that the police officer like, the police officer realized that Jason didn't know what he meant by that. And turns out it was something bad. Like, really bad. The officer then looked at him and was like, "Son, you have leukemia." Jason was stunned. He was like, "What? What do you mean? I'm fine. What do you mean I have leukemia?" It turns out that he developed leukemia when he was 10 years old. His mom didn't want to tell him because he didn't want him to worry, thinking that she'll lose him again, just like how she lost Aaron. So she decided to not trouble him by telling him that he had leukemia, and decided to help him by taking him to the hospital for normal checkups. That's what his mom told him. Jason thought there was just normal checkups, but it turns out it was just to help him with his leukemia. But they didn't really have that good amount of money, so they couldn't afford a good doctor. So that meant that Jason had leukemia for a long time. He was sick. That could also explain why he's so distant lately. As when the day passed and Jason left the hospital, he was given the items that weren't burnt away. It turns out that his mom made an accident in the kitchen or something like that. And she made sure that everything that Jason should need for Hope's Peak Academy is all secured. So Jason then walked down the street and saw Hope's Peak Academy. And soon they let him in, took him to his dorm, and that's where he's going to be staying until graduation. This is the start of a new chapter in his life. His life has been a roller coaster of emotions. First, he lost his dad when he was given birth. He realized that he had leukemia when he was 10 years old, but wasn't told about it. And now he left. His mom is gone now. He's all alone now. Nobody from his family is left. He's gone. He doesn't know what to think anymore. All he could do is pray. That's all he can ever do. And that, my friends, is the early life of Jason Itagaki. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Not gonna lie, it's kind of depressing, to be honest. I don't know if y'all could even enjoy depressing stuff. But just know that there's gonna be more videos to come about Jason, and this is not the only one that's gonna be posted. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the like button. Comment down below if you want to see more of Jason Itagaki. Also, hit that notification bell so you won't miss a post from me. And as always, I'm the Gamer351 Kirby, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out!